Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 1,200 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you. Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah, welcome to Drinking Bros, kids. You know it's going to be a good show when Rudy Reyes is in the house. Yes, dude. Let's fucking get it today.
Let's go.
So much all the time. Just go.
Damn it.
He doesn't stop.
Who's your little twink friend?
Look at this handsome.
What?
We're coming right out of the gate strong.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
You bring a little man here.
Yeah,
little man.
His feet don't even touch the fucking ground over here.
I'm dangling like this is a park bench, and I'm about to ask if you have games on your phone. That's what
You're like Macaulay
Wait, so
Culkin in Home Alone.
the way you're describing that, you were easy pickings for the pedos out there.
Oh my goodness.
It's like this
They
kid
might be
won't.
surprised. They give
He
it a
goes
shot
to the
if they
cops
like.
and turns you in. This kid won't leave me alone.
Yeah, this is why he's got a beard to keep the pedos away. He's got a beard to keep the pedos away.
They made me go shaven too. Anyway, we'll get
I
into
thought
all
you
that.
looked great on Military Mysteries, our new program. Ronnie, coming from an Intel background, Army dog, and has been running with his team Funker 530 for some time, and it's done very well.
Ultimate Pogue. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no, this is amazing, Cat. We met 2 years ago, right? About 2 years ago.
Yeah, a little over 2 years.
I dropped target from SAS in Vietnam, came back lean, tan, freaking exhausted. And to be honest, the program, Military Mysteries, he really freaking carried me for the first few days because I was so tired. And then we freaking hit our vibe. And I'll tell you, I saw the premiere, what was it, 2 days ago or yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it on your Instagram story
Monday night.
that you guys were
Oh.
watching it. How did it turn out?
It turned out way better than we expected. The final edit's incredible.
Yeah, they give us little bits and pieces over time, but we
Right.
don't get to see the final thing until right up close to launch. So I mean, I'm kind of a perfectionist myself. As I'm watching, and this is kind of my first time.
Are
Definitely
you really a perfectionist?
A little bit.
Yeah, he is.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Because he didn't perfect that height. I'm just saying.
You know what? We're
Could have
middle-
bought yourself a growth spurt.
I did bring boots, but I didn't wear them. They give me at least an inch.
Okay.
We could all use an extra inch.
Sure.
I could at least.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah, who could have?
Represent the lollipop land.
I mean, I had to shorten my chair to make you seem normal on camera.
Thank you.
Well, I raised mine up a little bit,
Wait,
but now
aren't you
again, my
guys the
feet are
same height?
dangling.
How am I?
I
You
feel
and him? I think you guys are the same height.
no, they're
We are.
not.
Yeah, we are.
We're
about
absolutely the same height.
the same
Rudy
height.
carries himself differently. He carries himself like a man.
like a dancer.
like a
he's,
grown-up.
He's floating
But here
through the
I am.
air.
Yeah, this guy carries himself like he's hanging out with Kevin Spacey on a Saturday night, and
Ronnie's
it's a little.
got this shoulder roll because he's a boxer as well, and he's got a shoulder roll, and he intentionally is gracious when he walks into a place because he's been some pretty fancy joints with me, and through this process, whether we're we're up with Tulsi on a rooftop in New York City, or with Scaramucci at a nice joint, or what have you.
I lit his ass up.
Yeah,
so
Dan
he's just
loves
very humble.
Scaramucci.
Yeah, he's just very humble, and
He's talking about
Him. He's very
Ronnie,
humble.
not
Ronnie.
Tony Scaramucci. Tony
Yeah.
Scaramucci's a cunt.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Scaramucci. The mooch.
You don't need to weigh in on it, but
Yeah.
we already went through the paces.
Did
of
you?
it.
That's the only person to walk. No, two people have walked off the show.
oh, you've had him on.
Yeah,
One was
Well,
a,
I had him on my show too, right? You remember?
Yeah, oh yeah.
one was a soft walk. It was the
that's
guy
true.
who started what the fuck was it?
Vox.
Vox, yeah. And he-
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
he wrote this book called 1 Billion Americas, where he thinks America should fucking expand its population up to 1 billion people. And Ross was like, yeah, that's fucking stupid, right out of the gate. And then like 5 minutes in, the guy's like, oh, I'm having internet problems. I got to go.
And then he just clapped
Yeah.
off, and that was it. Yeah.
Just rolled
You're
out
kidding
like
me.
that.
But so the camera was down, audio was still on, and we could hear him jamming what appeared to be a toaster up his asshole.
Yeah.
And
You wouldn't have
then-
known it was a toaster except for he depressed the thing and then it popped back up.
Yep.
Because it wasn't plugged in. You know how they work, right? I'm like, oh, that's
Made
a
the
fucking
ding sound and
that's a
everything, like
toaster.
an M1
So
Garand.
here's what we never discovered: if he put the whole toaster up his ass, or if he was firing toast up into his ass.
Couldn't figure it out. But the last words we heard before everything
It's kind
clicked
of like
out.
the silver bullet. He was trying to. It was the toast was going up.
It could have been a medical procedure. Yeah,
been.
we don't know that.
But he
We don't-
just goes, Pop-Tarts. And then the whole thing went dead.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the whole thing went dead. And I was like, man, I wonder if he actually ate the Pop-Tart or not. But
it's like his rosebud.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So it was him and Scaramucci. Those are the two pieces of shit that walked out.
Wow.
Scaramucci was trying to call Ross and myself Chinese agents or sympathizers or
Communists.
Russian something because we didn't force our employees to get vaccinated.
Right.
I'll give
It's
you
like-
a little story about the mooch.
Oh, boy.
So you
Pull that microphone into you.
So
There
remember,
you go.
I was the red man, so I had to fight all the guys, and of course the mooch, he was 56, 57 at the time, and every day he seemed to his center of gravity dropped lower and lower, and he turned into almost a little crab-like guy. The Jordan heat was wearing him out. So I fight everybody at their level. I don't just crush all these freaking old people and women. I fight them at their level. And I gave him a Benny. I still took him down and got on top, and then I rolled over so he could get in some shots.
Is Benny a Benadryl?
No, I'm not sure where the term comes from, but I mean, I do him
So
a
Rudy
favor.
drugged him.
Yeah, I do him a favor.
No, you gave him a Benadryl and then
Slipped
just
him-
beat the
slipped
shit
him a
out of
little
him?
bit.
So
You know?
you ready for this? He gets up off me and he goes, yeah, back in Jersey, I was known as a street fighter, a real brawler. I said, what? Dog, you can barely hold your pants up, son. anyway, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Production's on me like, Rudy, don't kill everybody on the third day. We're going to have no show. Anyway, yeah, that's him. I'm known as a brawler. You know what? I'm a street fighter.
And then how did he end up?
Oh, well, okay, it got rough. So Matt DeMeo, my fellow Italian, American and Marine Corps brothers over there, so is Ronnie here. We're out having dinner with him and his wife, and this guy's bluster and power about, impressing his wife, who's considerably younger, pretty lady. Well, the show hadn't come out where he quit yet. That episode hadn't come out.
Yeah.
So it came out the next week. She was so angry about how emasculated he was.
Yeah.
Next thing, Scaramucci explodes, reaches out to Remy, Billy, Foxy, myself. You took my my time with my restaurants and the love that I have for you all, and you took advantage of my generosity. I run this town, and I can't believe I'm stabbed in the back, and you guys are this, that, and the other thing, saying bad words and stuff like that. And we're like, yeah, okay, but Remy,
Yeah.
my freaking
Remy.
SEAL,
Love Remy. He's on the show.
SEAL brother from freaking Brooklyn, he says, yo, dog, New York City is my town. You want to be talking that mess? Yo, you might have a problem with me. And then all of a sudden,
Shut it down immediately.
Mooch made apologies.
I'm sorry.
Email blast. No more problems. Anyway, yeah.
We're good now, I promise.
It's funny. Remy's a bad man. He was on the
He's a
show.
great man.
Love
isn't
that
he?
motherfucker.
I know,
dude.
he's real.
He is. I was
is.
sad, and I asked him about this. I was so sad that he wasn't coming back again for another season. What happened there? Contract dispute or something like
Well,
that?
he's working
Yes.
on his own shit too.
Yes, and
He's got
Remy,
that chameleon stuff going on now.
Remy's
He does,
a director. He's a writer.
But
He's
the
a
two
director.
of you guys together, and this is what I told him, I just love the chemistry, man, and it was just great.
Brother, he started working for Michael Bay. So that's like...
He gets dragged into a lot of stuff now.
Well,
just from the tech advisor.
He's
point
up
of view.
there.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's used to doing big projects with big money, and a certain antiseptic quality where you're taken care of. When we're doing SAS and Special Forces, we're living in the field. It's just like being a 25-year-old again, a 25-year-old sergeant, and living it.
You get to a certain age where you don't want to live it anymore. I understand.
Unless there's an extra zero on the end of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
contract.
I get it.
Okay, and
I
I
get it.
understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't
understand.
do that.
We have finite time in this business and on this planet, so I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
and same like, some of the movies, that we cast and everything else, when an actor didn't want to do it and we were offering them a bunch of money,
Yeah.
I understand it. One more zero would make the difference. Otherwise, they were like, dude, I'm rich enough and I'm good, and you move on. I don't think that's anything to be angry about.
No, we're getting older. Myself, Ronnie's new in the television and the bigger media business now. It is dangerous. It's cutthroat. You never know who to trust, and you take a lot of knocks mentally, physically, spiritually, because you don't know who to trust. You can do your best work out there and go nowhere. But you stay in it for 10 years, I guarantee, and you be dependable and bankable 10 years, you'll be somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of lucky that I had you almost
bro.
to guide through the process of all that. Because I mean, I remember watching you on Generation Kill way back. So, and I know you went through a lot of that turmoil over time, and it was like this mentorship relationship that Rudy and I started with. And now, I mean, we're talking almost every day, considering part of the family, and having Rudy, you know, kind of walk me through the nuance that I could never have expected, you know, in show business or in entertainment.
Yeah.
That's been huge for me.
Yeah,
And with your height, it's like a father-daughter relationship. So.
As we're sitting here, I'm wondering if there's like a business opportunity to use me as bait. I feel like there's an opportunity
Roddy,
to
I'm
catch some
so
of these.
sorry. Roddy.
Did you not tell him?
No, I kind of did. I said, you know what? These are my brothers, and these guys got a lot of outreach, and our veteran community love these guys. We got to do some guerrilla marketing for our freaking show. But how could I exactly explain?
Yeah, fair enough.
You can until you come on. The guy yesterday was shocked as fuck.
Yeah.
He walked out of there and was just like, yo,
was
man,
he?
what happened?
Was he?
He's just an ordinary comedian.
Yep.
Oh.
I was like fucking around. I'm a fidgeter, right? So I was
Yes.
fidgeting around with a knife. He's like, oh, is that a knife? I'm like, dude, there's guns.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's an AR
There's a
pistol
rifle
sitting
right
next
here.
to my.
Yeah.
There's one here. There's one in the fucking guitar case, for Christ's sake.
There's a gun in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
guns
yeah.
in
You get some, and not to mention the weapon of opportunity, that freaking football helmet that you can crush a
Yeah.
skull
Or
with.
the
Kyle Turley.
or the Caucasaurus Rex.
First Rex.
See that? That's a new fucking breed. You don't even know about
Sure
that.
is.
I don't even know about that.
Well, to be honest, if anybody knew about it, it would probably be you.
Yeah. One would imagine you've got some money stashed away in a 3D cock company.
He's
I
3D
do-
printing cocks 24 hours a day.
You know?
Oh my gosh, I've never
You
considered
guys should have
that
seen his
vertical.
outfit last night.
Yeah, I've
Just
never
all cocks?
considered that vertical.
Yeah.
You should have seen his outfit
should.
last night.
What was it?
80s porn star, top
that's
to
not
bottom.
shocking. That's
but
why-
nobody could have pulled it off other
have you
than Rudy
seen it?
Reyes.
Have you seen it
No.
on Instagram?
Oh
kind of a
my
70s.
Go to Rudy's
Go
Instagram.
to Rudy Reyes'
Holy-
Instagram. We'll pull
holy
it up.
Wow.
Pull up my story, you will see.
But here's the thing. It's
This is why you
fantastic,
had
and
to play
there's-
yourself in a TV show, because they couldn't find somebody simultaneously as manly and gay as you.
They
had to
couldn't.
play that role.
They could not.
It's impossible.
They could not, brother. And they auditioned. I told you this before. Remember, I came in and I had to sign.
Look at him.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Look at that
freaking-
outfit.
You look like a, in all fairness,
Yeah, but
you
you
look like a porn director.
The director.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm not a
Producer or
star.
something,
No,
you
I'm
know.
a producer or
He
director.
just
Come on.
walks up to a girl in a club like, yeah, you look like a whore.
Bro,
right? I don't know how they do it.
And the guy on the far right, he looks like the porn star with the
that's-
mustache.
There's
There.
Matt.
That's
He's right there. Look at this guy.
That would be
Piece of
Matt
shit.
DeMeo, Condition 1, Matt
Magnum
DeMeo.
PI, Magnum PI looking
Yeah.
fucker back there.
Y'all here for the gangbang?
Holy moly.
You got that look.
And you guys know where my head's at. I'm saying, yeah, I'm kind of channeling Coppola,
Sure.
Scorsese, and of
If they
course,
were
no,
fit.
it's-
If they were
okay,
fit,
okay.
yeah.
This is who you're channeling.
There it is.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Brad.
Boogie Nights.
Hey.
Great film. Oh my gosh, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Say whatever you want.
I got to audition. What's that gentleman's name? That incredible writer, director, filmmaker.
Paul Thomas Anderson?
I got to audition for him.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
Amazing, amazing, and I believe I didn't get it, or it's been pushed to the right, because there's so many other businesses, meaning actors, because they're full businesses.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but my freaking performance in my audition was excellent. Maddie saw it. It was a great audition. Just to know that I'm getting those calls now is freaking amazing.
But to be honest with you, where you're at right now is exactly where you should be, because they're not making scripted TV shows anymore.
You're exactly right.
And so everything is reality, and especially if there's a hook in it. You and I talked about this last year when you were on the show with Fox. It was such an overnight hit.
It's big.
And then it was global and everything else. And I know you guys are doing another season, and you've been traveling all over the place for it. Now the new show, what channel is that on?
That's history.
It's history.
Yeah.
So it's like You're really attacking because the History Channel. I did 2 shows with those guys.
You did?
And sold them, yeah. And but the age demographic, and here's where I'm going with this.
Yes.
A History Channel age demographic, average age is like 55 or 56.
Exactly.
So you're getting a whole new audience for Rudy Reyes, whereas Fox is younger. So Fox, you're in that 18 to 34 demo.
Right.
So with both of these series on 2 different networks like that, you're capturing everybody.
I'm
and
doing
I don't
very well,
If
brother.
you were just an actor, I don't know where you could go to capture all that demo
Thank you.
doing scripted shit right now.
Thank you. You're exactly right. And I would have not, there's no plan for this. And to go back, I never had a plan to be an entertainer ever in my life. But when the opportunity with Generation Kill happened, I saw how much money pretending to do war was making while and it's not, and maybe some of it was the chip on my shoulder, and the other part was, wait a second, I can represent that a kid that comes from nothing, that has some discipline and serves his country and has a good reputation, can move in any direction they want to, and fulfill themselves and be in a better place than they ever could have imagined. And that's why I stuck with it.
Yeah. And it was smart because the way the business is turned, now you're on top.
Isn't
You're on
that
massively
wild?
hit shows.
Yeah.
This one on History Channel. So I watched what I saw on the story. Tell the audience the name of the show and then what the premise is on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, so it's called Military Mysteries, right? So we're covering everything from, missing pilots. Example being the only Gulf War pilot to be shot down, the ebb, the flow. What happened to his body. There were a lot of questions around, Lieutenant Commander Scott Spiker. And we're bringing in experts, so Rudy and I are kind of just the point men. We're introducing each of these distilled stories, and there's 6 per episode. But what the real value that the show brings is the amount of knowledge that we're bringing in with the experts, right? We've got, former Green Berets, we've got weapons experts, historians. They are providing the nuance that Rudy and I might not necessarily have. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, if you will. Being an intel background and all-source guy more specifically, I'm kind of supposed to be. I'm supposed to be able to speak to a lot at a very shallow depth.
Polymath, yeah.
And
Are you guys going to the locations? Forgive me for interrupting you. Are you guys going to the actual locations then too?
I pray one day we're doing it. When we imagined this, we were going to do True Detective. Me and this guy were going to be in the sands of Syria,
Like hunting Hitler.
Yeah.
yes.
Like what
and
Tim did back in the day. right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I was really excited to go do diving at these at the Truk Islands with the Japanese planes and American freaking boats and ships being destroyed and such. And we imagine that what we do is that we lead as presenters, and we have a whole fire team, a whole squad of military experts, and then our writers who are very passionate about the project. Ronnie also is a writer too. We have to redline everything. It's just really, really incredible because it's factual, and the audience walks away with some things to think about, and they've got some stories that they normally wouldn't have heard. I mean, tell them about the deception plan, brother,
Yeah, so
in Normandy.
that's actually I've actually never done intel operationally. I have 2 deployments. My first I was just a driver, but my second I was an information operations guy. I was a IO chief for 2 different targeting lines, did military deception. So
Is that a PSYOPs billet or what is that?
No. So it was the OML was 204's. It's IO. It was an IO billet. We had PSYOP MISO team that we could task organize.
As an
Just for
element.
producing materials and shit like that? I mean, that's
Yeah,
mostly
so
what
we
they
would
do
set the
downrange is just producing
We
materials.
would set the campaign and relay commander's desired effect, and then they would tell us, hey, this is what we think we could do to achieve that, right?
Were you the actual driver?
My first deployment, yeah, I drove.
And was it phone books they put you on?
No, we
like
attached
blocks
wood.
on your feet? Or?
The blocks were important, but the seat raised, and it was a stick shift, up armored Land Cruiser.
Just trying to-
so it was
just trying to
really
picture it in my
difficult to do.
mind.
You got 2 blocks on the feet, and you're trying to do that with a up armored Land Cruiser that doesn't have that's got its old clutch.
Now
in
I
it, so
can't.
it's
All I
stalling
can
out
think
and
about
shit.
is you and all your fucking guys pouring out of like a little clown car.
Yeah, I've never seen a midget get out of a Humvee, and then like that's what I'm trying to.
The bump plan for us was really interesting.
Yeah.
All at once, just, fire drill right in the middle of Kabul there.
By the way, the photo that you saw yesterday, my director, my Scorsese photo.
Yeah.
I wear shoes with some heel on them.
Do you really?
Of course, brother.
You
I
lift
like
up?
it. Yeah.
I like
if
it.
You can put your shoulders back. You know what I
So
mean?
does TC. Tom Cruise wears those. He's
Nothing
got
wrong
some
with
lifts.
that. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. We had a shoe company that did it. Remember?
I actually got a height
Yeah.
reduction surgery.
Oh, did you? What?
He did, yeah. He had 2 inches taken off.
What happened?
Gave it to a needy kid in China.
Rudy, come on,
thank you.
man. Don't believe anything I say.
I know, I'm so
You've
damn
known me for
gullible.
so long.
I'm so damn gullible. It's true. I am gullible as hell. That's why we work well together on military
I
mysteries.
wore my boots to give me cowboy boots to give me an extra inch.
You have to.
So-
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, you have
I'm
to.
5'10". Stop.
Oh, that's what every short man says.
No,
5'10".
brother, I really am.
Everybody's 5'10".
I really am 5'10". And when Jade met me for the first time, I saw her on the freaking street. I just got out of this Mercedes with Amir Peretz and Boss Rutan's freaking training partner, and Frank Grillo, right? Frank Grillo gets out, opens up the door for me to get out. You know what I mean? I see this hot girl. I walk over there. She takes a drag of her cigarette, puts it out like that. Freaking walk over there. It's the first time we met. Freaking grab her, kiss her. And then, as we're walking into the hotel, she said, well, I thought you'd be taller. I'm like, I'm the tallest Mexican I know. Have you seen my little brothers? They're 5'4" and 5'2". My mama is 5'0". I am tall, baby.
Yeah.
She may have just been quoting Roadhouse, though.
Could be.
Oh, really?
That's the biggest line in Roadhouse. I thought you'd be taller.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Swayze.
Go ask her, dude.
By the way, what an honor
Yeah, of course.
to be the Latino Swayze.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody's got to do it, yeah.
somebody's got to do it. Gyllenhaal didn't do it in that last movie.
Wait, what the fuck were we talking about?
This
You were
TV
saying
show.
something.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
we were talking about being overseas in the TV show and what your
doing
background
information.
was.
The deception plan.
Deception plan.
So we're gonna
Normandy.
go into
Get in there.
the Ghost Army. We're gonna go into Operation Fortitude South, more specifically, which is the deception campaign that really set conditions for Normandy, the invasion of Normandy. So we'll talk about noises in the jungle. So these are all kind of the things that we studied coming up in deception and information operations. So those were. Ironically, some of Rudy's favorites. My favorites end up being, the weird ones about like dolphins and shit that we're
Yes.
using.
That's so-
which
Well,
he
like in
has
the-
like a background.
Like
of.
in the Persian Gulf, using dolphins as bomb detectors and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you guys may know now, it's been declassified, and we have the program now moving into another stage. So in my recon career, Recon Marines and SEALs work on a program called VSW to teach and train undersea mammals to combat enemy combat divers.
Yeah.
So we have...
Oh, do they rape them?
No.
Because dolphins rape.
Sure do.
Bob, pull up a video of a dolphin raping somebody right quick.
So when
You mean
Marcus,
people?
last time Marcus Luttrell was on the show,
Yeah.
I asked him about it for like 20 minutes, and he would not answer any of it. And I go,
Yeah.
we know you're training the goddamn dolphins, dude.
Yes.
I thought it was bullshit
Yes,
until
he
we
did.
started getting into it.
Ronnie
not.
thought it was... Yeah, he says... No, this
I was looking at the thing and you're not serious. We're not covering this,
Yeah,
right?
this
video
it's
out.
real
I thought it
serious.
was bullshit.
Dan
And then-
told me
then we
about
got
it, and
into
then I
it.
asked Marcus Luttrell about it, and then when he shut up,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, fuck, it's real.
It's
We've been
real.
using
Yeah.
dolphins
I think
porpoises
since
for
the
a long
60s.
time.
I think since the 60s.
Yeah.
For a long time.
In all of our harbors, and we deploy them too.
Here, too?
Yeah.
in America.
Like, here we go. Look
Domestic
at this.
and
Put this
foreign?
up.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at that.
at
Boom.
that.
Yeah.
No, we don't train them to do that.
You don't
guys.
have to train them. That's what they do naturally. you just have to train them to do it to the right person.
That woman's
I
8 months
cannot
pregnant.
You smell
deal
Russian.
Good luck,
with
enemy
this.
frogman.
You smell Russian.
For sure.
And you got to
Yeah.
teach him how to use his flippers to turn him over the other way. Obviously, right?
Holy moly! Of course, it's on the New York Post.
What's that?
Well,
supposed to
Such a solid rag.
It is. It's my favorite rag. I love the New York Post. Their splashy little headlines, you know?
Holy moly!
say? It's close to the Enquirer. It's close.
It is, bro.
I like it though. It's got a fun picture, and
Yeah.
it still opens up as one giant square.
And they
like,
still
that's
call
the
people
best.
names and headlines.
Yes, every day. If you pulled up today's New York Post headline, I guarantee you it's something catchy and
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's like local retard does something
Yes.
or whatever, right?
Exactly. Local retard is down on his luck. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they'll use the word down to kind of.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's a double entendre there.
What about that Theo Vaughn just recently? He's on the Cooking Show with the two Down syndrome
Yeah,
brothers.
that's fucking hilarious,
It was
dude.
this, but it's the sweetest thing
know,
too, man.
I know.
It really.
Well, to be
sweetest
honest,
thing.
if you just if you just close your eyes, you wouldn't necessarily be sure which one's Theo.
Sure wouldn't. You got to ask. You know,
I think he operates on that level.
Theo's a special guy. Yeah. No, he's funny. He's fucking
funny
hilarious.
as shit.
I'm a big fan of Theo.
He's the. I
love him.
I think he's the best comedian that exists right now.
I think he's.
It's between him and Gillis, probably.
His stand-up is not so good. His natural just being here, like you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking good. You guys are. This is where he really.
But stand-up is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is different. There's a lot of stand-ups that can't do
Absolutely.
just like
Podcasts,
quick
yeah.
reactions and shit. I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's a whole different
Absolutely. I
thing.
guess maybe that's some of the difference between scripted and film and television and a scripted side, and then what we're doing, which is, you know, we have to process information, digest it, and then be authentic and give something that's compelling.
Well, do you know why you're so good on reality? I can tell you the honest
Tell me,
answer.
brother.
When you're in edits, in post-production, you've always got to have a guy to come back to and somebody who's talkative all the time and stays in it. And a lot of the guys, like let's take your last show, for example, will kind of go silent during certain scenes or whatever. They'll always be able to cut to you for an interesting reaction.
You're right.
Or you'll be talking or motivating or inspiring somebody. Yes, and then you'll get more screen time because it's down to the editor.
You're right.
And it's who's the most interesting. And so when I watched that show for the first time, and I hit you up afterwards, I go, nobody can take your eyes off of you. And
Thanks,
this is
brother.
really going to explode because I also knew what they were looking at in post-production. And then it's going to be the same way with him.
Yeah.
So when you guys watch the opening show, you know, you'll see him for about 2 minutes. And then the other 20 is going to be you.
Oh, shut up, you
Well, no,
bastard.
he's not wrong. I mean, it's exhausting on sets.
Oh.
I feel like I have to feed him some fucking NyQuil.
I'm
every
wondering-
once in a
yeah.
while.
And you can't, in a reality show, you can't have any downtime.
Oh, there
because-
is none.
But also, the camera's on you full time.
Yeah.
So if there's a boring moment, boom, the camera's going to the other guy, no matter what.
Yes. You know what? It's interesting with what Ronnie's saying on the program. I believe it's not because Ronnie's absolutely I never worked with teleprompters before. Ronnie knows how to do all that. I was learning a new craft and a new skill in entertainment. Ronnie knew how to do a lot of things that I did not know how to do. I can do scripted, and I work with directors, and of course I can run freaking military selection programs. But this was a new thing, picking up camera, coming in here, and now brief to media, and now check in with your fellow host. So I was learning. I believe that they put a lot of screen time on me because I'm a bit more known, and that's a way to save some money and do some PR for your show.
Absolutely,
put the guy that people know.
It's season 1 too.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
everybody's hoping to go multiple seasons.
We are.
That's how you do it. And with you, Ronnie, how many episodes is this? Is it 12?
6. No,
you
we've
got 6.
We've got 6 right now.
Okay.
How many did we
every
shoot
Monday.
though, brother?
Well, so you have to remember, we only shot 6 episodes, but each episode inside of one episode are 6 individual stories. So they're trying to take these really complex situations and distill that down into, you know, whatever.
Is it an hour or a half-hour show?
It's an hour long. So
It
then you
moves
have to
fast,
math to get down to exactly how many minutes.
41 minutes and 30 seconds with ads. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
so-
moves fast, brother. It really, really does. And great production, great edits. I was impressed, bro. It doesn't look cheap. And to be honest with you, there's some cable stuff out there, and it looks cheap. This doesn't look cheap.
Well, there's a thing that we want to shoot with you.
Oh, what's that? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's called Spread Eagle Jack.
Oh, get
Yes.
out.
It's hear us out on this. Just hear us out.
We've been
on
talking
this.
about this for a couple years now.
You guys
actually.
are too much. Look, Ronnie,
No,
look how they're
your-
coming to me like this.
Your character is Jack.
No bullshit. They started with me.
I
Now it's
know.
your turn.
No,
all right?
but here's the thing. So you're Jack. You're the hero. It's about a jacked, ripped, 5'10", muscular Latino man.
Like an Americana dude, though. Somebody who
Correct.
travels,
Yep.
fucking
And-
outdoorsman, all this
hold
stuff.
hold those guns and Navarone up to camera there. So you're seeing them, guys, on the video
size of
right
my
now.
legs.
And it's cliffhanger. So you start off and you're going up this cliff. Now, we don't know what your motivation is. Yep, there it is. Everything that's going on there, we don't know what your motivation is. We don't know why he's climbing up this cliff. Beautiful. The sun is starting to set. He's climbing up the mountain, and then the shirt comes off. Then the pants come off. And then it's a lot of oil after that you start applying to yourself.
Oh, boy.
Legs spread eagle, and then it's just a hardcore, aggressive jack session.
Yeah.
I have
Where-
yet to do any promo with Rudy where his shirt didn't come off. So this is like perfect.
But I'm just saying, so here's what we're doing here. Most of our budget, by the way, is going to Rudy. Obviously, he's the star, he's the lead. And then the Mega Mo camera at the bottom, because as soon as we see that ejac, dude, it's the ejaculation from that high up coming all the way down in slow motion.
We're gonna play music where it's like it ramps up, and then at the apex of the ejaculation, it gets like that's when the fucking full orchestra comes in.
Can you take me higher? But we've got Asians, 12-year-old Asians who are just playing full orc, dude. Full orchestra down below.
Yes.
So the seamen, they're dodging it. Some of it's getting on them, but the Megamo's got it, and you're just like, holy shit. But it's your body, and here's why we picked you.
Yeah, tell me, brother.
I'm a beach body guy, all
know
right?
you are.
I skip leg day, okay? I'll maybe do legs twice a month tops.
Gotcha.
And even that's 2 times too many.
Yes.
But for you really work out everything. It's kettlebells
you're right.
all day
You're right.
long,
You know me.
everywhere you are.
You know me.
So I'm getting calves.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
getting quads.
Yes,
I'm
you
getting
are.
abs. I'm getting bis, tris. I'm getting back. I'm seeing a
The total package. The
two-handed
total package.
hogwash, dude,
Yeah,
up there.
two-handed hogwash.
Spread eagle jack.
And it's like the optics are as if it was Predator, but they had done the entire thing on the beach.
Yep.
Right. So Predator meets Top Gun volleyball scene, basically. So that level of muscle mass and oil.
Take it easy on yourself, Dutch.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
right?
it's a half-hour show, and it's 20 minutes. First one, the first episode, boom, you're climbing up a mountain.
Okay.
Second one, Empire State Building. Because we want to see you jacking off all over the world. Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
I want to see you jacking off on the pyramids. I want to see you jacking off what?
Yeah,
on the Great Barrier Reef.
here's-
I want to see.
Well, here's
Nice
a
tie-in for
yeah.
Force Blue.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll get to that.
will.
So part of the backstory of this is there was a guy from the 60s, and his name was also Jack. And he did all this already.
Yep.
Right? And you're basically shooting a documentary where you're living his life.
Correct.
And basically what he did, he went to all the wonders of the world at first, and then he moved on to other stuff like the Empire State Building and so on. All the wonders of the world, and he spread eagle jacked at all of them.
I'm more and
right.
more convinced that Idiocracy was a documentary at this point.
It definitely was.
But I would watch this, even as a straight male, I would watch this and be like, hun, come in. It's 8
check
o'clock.
this out.
It's 8 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. Get
time. Grab the popcorn.
Come in. Why? What's the hurry? Spread Eagle Jack is on. Oh my God. I can see my wife coming in with popcorn and everything else. Where's he jacking off today? Where's he gonna jack off today? I don't know.
I'm very curious how the conversation went with Tulsi Gabbard here. I haven't seen it
We
yet.
made fun of her for being Moana for a while.
Moana. I called her Moana on the show,
Yeah.
live on air, to start with.
She's a soldier. She can
I
take it.
know. She can take it.
Yeah,
of
she
course.
likes it.
Yeah.
We had a good
She
time.
likes it. Listen, she likes it.
She did. She
she'll
likes
do it.
people talk. When you go from the military to a job like that,
Yes, sir.
everybody starts talking to you a certain way, and it fucking
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
They sure do. You
They
know,
like
people
just
talk
have a
down to
normal
him his
fucking
entire life.
You're so horrible. By the way, I hope, you know what? I hope Jade's too busy working.
Directional as well.
I hope
right?
she's too busy working to ever watch this one. Everybody else out there, please watch it.
I'm gonna
Stop it.
I'm gonna
Rudy,
DM it to her.
Yeah.
Okay, said-
If I give you if I give you $1 million an episode, if I give you the Costner money for Yellowstone,
Yeah.
I said I'm going to give you $1 million
For
an
Spread
episode.
Eagle Jack?
Brother, your legs would be up, dude. Your legs would be up. Just
Notice the length that he's got
Okay.
there.
I'm tall as shit.
True to length there.
Yeah.
I'm tall as
Okay.
shit. For him, it'd be like a little doll kicking legs over here, dude. Like, yeah.
But for the
My feet
hamstring,
don't touch the ground.
yeah, but
No,
for the
it's fine.
hamstring adductor tie-in, people would still tune in.
They sure
yeah.
would.
Dink,
Yeah.
dink.
Yes.
Even people that weren't necessarily interested in seeing the ejaculation.
Exactly. Just for the
Yeah.
hamstring adductor.
But because we want to see those toes dig in, right? And then the fucking calf muscles, the tendons, yeah.
H N N N N G G G H H H.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Let's
getting
see
up.
that.
He's getting up. Oh my!
Look at that.
These
dude.
are the shots we're talking about.
The fucking
as your
Quadfather.
as you're on top of the fucking Empire State Building, and your legs are pressed in opposite directions
Yep.
to suspend you in midair as you jack over your shoulder
Yeah.
onto the crowd below.
Down below.
4. What what do you say?
Yeah, if you're at the Masters,
Yeah.
4. Amen corner, 4.
Yeah, pounding off at the Masters would be something.
I've made
wouldn't it?
2 horrible decisions in my life, and each time it was taking a shirtless photo with Rudy Reyes.
Yeah, you don't want
yeah.
to.
Like those are
Don't
everybody's
do it.
got their list of shit that they don't like that
Yeah.
they did.
Don't do
Those 2 times are at the very, very
and
top. of that.
Ross just had this kind of little grimace on his face when you said that. He went, oh, no.
No, you don't do it. You don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But when he tells you to, you kind of just fucking do it.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest with you. He tells you to. So, oh, okay, Dad.
It'd be like going on stage after Chappelle. You don't
Yeah,
do it.
no.
It's
Yes,
just, hey, dude,
yes.
I'm going to leave.
Well,
I'm just gonna
to
leave.
Ronnie's
Twice.
credit,
Twice.
we were training together when we were doing our shoot out there in Williamsburg, and man, he's freaking ramped it up. This guy.
Well, I was like
is freaking-
260 on my
Yeah.
friend.
Really?
Yeah, one time I was 260.
Where did that go?
Well,
'Cause you look
I know
like
where it
you're-
came from. I've got this old photo of me holding my daughter. I promise I didn't eat her, but it looks like it. And now everybody's convinced that I just ate my kid.
Subway diet?
Really fat.
Subway diet.
Did you go Jared Fogle?
No, I went Rudy Reyes.
Yeah.
Did you really?
actually.
Yeah.
So, doing a Rudy Reyes workout's brutal.
Oh,
Bro.
I mean, it's fucking brutal, dude.
Dude, on the way here, I'm sitting in the back eating, a protein bar, dying. My central nervous system is like shutting down, and Rudy's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah.
I'm still recovering from that.
This motherfucker, it doesn't matter if he's in a hotel, a
Smokes me
confined
out.
space, a janitor's closet.
Yep.
He'll get a full hour workout in that will alter your mind, and he'll sweat all over the goddamn place. Tim Kennedy's the same way too, where
Yes.
Tim will find a way to get a workout in no matter where the fuck it is, what it is. The two of you guys. And it's the same thing. Whenever people come in and work out with Tim and then they come in here, they're just broken men.
Yes, or I've had a spiritual experience, right?
Yeah.
They're like, wow,
Yeah.
wow, I am the gym.
Yeah.
I am the gym.
And for me, I'll do it one time and I'm going to save it, obviously, but just so I can tell my kids later on in life, look at your father worked out with
Oh,
Spread
that's
Eagle
so
Jack.
special.
The
That's
star of
Spread-
Spread Eagle Jack, dude.
Jack
Well, he's
LaLanne.
the star of Spread Eagle Jack.
Yeah, was it Jack? Was it
He's
Jack?
not
Yeah, it's
Jack,
the guy
he
who
is
played
the star.
Jack. Yeah, he's the guy who played Jack.
I thought you guys were going to go with Simple Jack.
No.
No,
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 you're
not
you
retarded.
went much further.
Although we could work some retards into the script, and
We
like
sure could.
season 3 and 4, you can start taking chances.
Yes.
yeah,
Jack makes a wish, and it's you, and you get to jack off on others.
And you do
who
a
are-
John Cena thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what their last request is, but
Yeah.
you'd be a fun guy to get jacked off on. My dream was always to jack off on Buzz Aldrin, and as the years tick away, I don't know that I'm going to do it because he's going to die soon.
Sure. Well,
That's a fading dream at this point.
It is.
What do they say? That like maybe I'm a vampire or something because I don't age. So hey, listen, everybody. You want to get on the what is it? What's the-
Adrenochrome?
Yeah. What's the app where I can say happy birthday and things like that?
Cameo.
Yeah, the Cameo masturbation freaking semen
Yeah.
app that's coming out.
Yep.
You'll have me for 30, 40 years at least. So hey, business is going to be popping. I'll be here.
The Jack app, dude.
That's
Little Jack
I
app.
can't believe I've finally fallen into this. I'm going with it now.
Probably
Yeah.
25
I'm going with it.
seasons.
Just
20
grab it by the reins and
Yeah.
ride it.
Yeah.
We'll shoot for 25 seasons.
Yeah,
25.
25
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh man, could you imagine?
That's a lot of cum, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Stone Mountain. I'd love to see you on
yeah.
Stone Mountain with all
The
of
sound will rise again.
This is for
Right?
Robert E. Lee.
Or you could take it from the other direction too, like fuck the Confederacy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be
I don't want to pin you
pro-Confederacy.
on. Yeah, you could be a
necessarily.
Union soldier in
Yeah.
that. Like,
Either way.
I respect both sides because they were all American.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Great people, beautiful people on both sides.
Yep.
Yeah, there sure were. You know?
They sure were.
If the South had more dudes, they would have won. But
Oh, bro.
They
Yeah.
didn't,
Or
you know?
if they're admin and logistics and their ports weren't shut down, then they might have done even better.
Are you guys doing Civil War stuff on your show?
Well, because the issue with our show is that we have video. So it's mostly from World War II on.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would love to do older stuff, but the stuff that has been documented has really been
Yeah,
since
it's really
World
it's
War
really
II.
challenging to go back that far because the original premise of the show was actually a lot like what we do at Funker, which was footage,
Yeah.
right? Is what's happening and what you're seeing, context, nuance, right? But there are going to be certain episodes that have, other types of, I don't know, evidence being the right word there. And war's been around since
From the beginning.
since there was fire. So there's plenty of content out there.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what I think we want to focus on is what the visually striking videos that you see. We sent these like World War II Hollywood directors into World War II, and they brought back all this great propaganda footage, like hell yeah, let's go get them, boys. But it's that shit in between that, right? That never aired. That's the kind of stuff that we're after. I mean, of course,
Ronnie, what's the bomber that we saw that just had a catastrophic explosion from inside? What was that?
I think it was a B-24.
And what was happening? They weren't even over.
Well, that one hasn't
Germany.
aired. That one.
I got you. There's some
yet.
wild. There's footage that I've never seen before, and I had a top secret clearance. But there's some wild stuff, especially we get into the nuclear program. The Cold War is so rich with things that we've never heard about, and there were numerous times that we were close to Armageddon with nuclear weapons.
Well, we're talking about our propaganda versus our propaganda photo, like the one that everybody knows, versus maybe a Russian propaganda photo. It's so much more than just a bravado type show. I think there's a range of stuff that we're going to cover, and that's what makes it really cool. Getting the chance to do this is ultimately all I could have asked for as a career. That's why I joined the Funker team, and that's why I got so excited to be on board for this.
Do you have a dream list already of stories that you want to cover on there that you didn't in season 1?
Yeah, well, I have at least one. The one that I really want to cover as an eventuality is the Giants of Kandahar. There's all these stories of like some Nephilim that special operations.
Forgive me,
team.
I don't know that one actually.
Nephilim, yeah.
Tell him, brother. Tell him.
Yeah, what is
in the
that
Book
one?
of Enoch. It's an apocryphal book from the Bible. There's a lot of weird shit, actually. Giants, ugly,
Real or not real?
ugly angels who became demons.
There are special operations teams that say they encountered one, shot it, and killed it, and then nobody ever found out what happened to it.
The
This
body?
is recently. Yeah, this is recent. Yeah, look up Giant of Kandahar.
Bob,
It's
can you
been-
pull that up?
Yeah.
Ronnie, what last
I've never heard of this
month or
story,
so?
actually.
It's been in circulation quite a bit.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, this is like GWAT recent, but
But I mean,
the discussion surrounding it is. I'm only recently coming into it. It's not
too.
one that I'm tracking, but I mean, this is a.
Is this an AI picture of what he would look like?
No, this happened.
Yeah, that's real, 100%.
Well, it looks like a buddy of ours. That's why I asked. But yeah. Look at that.
People don't talk about
Man,
this.
he's a
That's
look
heavy.
at that. That little guy's you on that stick.
Oh my goodness.
Little guy's you, and
That's actually a normal sized guy with the long hair.
bastards.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting story. A buddy of mine brought it up. Yeah, after we announced the show, he's like, "Are you guys covering this?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? The Giants in Afghanistan?"
So how big was the giant
don't know.
allegedly?
13
I don't know,
feet
that's why I
tall.
want to cover it. I don't know. I don't know
13
anything
feet
about
tall?
13 feet is what they say, yeah.
What's the tallest man we have here? It's over 8 feet, Bob.
Yeah, eight and a half.
8.5
I think,
feet? Okay.
right now.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, that's 5 more feet.
Well, have you seen the
that's like a
caloric?
whole-
That's what
there's
she said.
not
It's like
a
a
lot.
whole nother me. 5 more feet on
Guys,
top
sure
of that,
is.
It's,
Have you seen the dietary freaking swath available to you in the mountains of Afghanistan? How do you feed a 13-foot guy?
Eating people and goats?
People,
Yeah,
yeah,
humans.
people and goats. Okay, very well. I answered my own question. You're right.
Yeah.
People and goats.
And to be honest, probably ass.
Got to. Yeah. You eat ass, Rudy?
Oh my God! Yeah. I thought you
A
said
guy
Oz.
like you? No.
Allegedly.
No, like buttholes.
You know what, guys?
Like a little
you know
asterisk,
what,
balloon knot.
Fellas, you know what? Jade's eventually going to see this, and I have an 11-year-old son. He's going to see it. He's obsessed now that. By the way, I wasn't cool to my son until he figured out that I was a Call of Duty character. Now my son thinks I'm the coolest dude, and it's awesome.
You are, by the way.
Thanks, my
You
man.
are, by the way.
Thanks, my man.
What were you saying, Bob?
So this picture, whatever, the AI picture, this is actually allegedly what happened. I'm dead serious. A giant popped out of a cave, speared one dude on a patrol. The rest of the unit lit him up, killed him. They put him on a helicopter, like a corpse, to take him back to
Yeah, there's a whole
HQ,
fucking story behind
and,
this.
And they never heard about it again.
yeah.
Okay.
And what year was this, brother?
2002.
Yeah.
Wow, that's when I was there.
Really?
Yeah, I was there in 2001 and 2002.
A
We were the
fucking
first guys.
giant could have killed you, dude.
Well, I don't know about that.
And, I believe him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I believe him.
I like that.
I was
attitude
fighting in
behind that.
Kandahar. I was fighting in Kandahar, and I was in some mountains, but then a bit lower than like the Hindu Kush, where the army was operating heavy about 2002. I was there 2001 and 2 from the very beginning when the towers were hit. We just left Timor. I was on the ship in the Persian Gulf, so we went into rock and roll there. But what is interesting is those that remember the footage of the Al-Qaeda training camps with the monkey bars. I was there.
Really?
I never saw that
Did
footage.
you?
You're Al
did you-
Qaeda?
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
Did you
did
get on
you
the
do
monkey
it? Did you
bars?
do it? How funny would that be?
Oh, to have that footage today?
Just Rudy puts a fucking video of himself on Twitter making fun of. Like, look how easy this is, you
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
Yeah, with full gear, full kit.
You
know,
fucking
Have you seen some of their
morons,
stuff
dude.
recently?
Yeah,
You know, with the
brother.
rollerblades? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
and so, but I didn't see the footage until a year and a half later when I came home. We never got that. You know, we were the Taliban from San Francisco, Johnny Walker Lind. I took control of him on that hit. He was wounded, and then was passed off to me to control him, and then get him into a Connex box. And it wasn't until about 24 hours later I realized he was American because of the beard. Man, there's so many things that when you're in it, because you're so pointed in what you're doing, there is no periphery, and there can't be, or else you're not going to have the focus. So I'm learning a lot on this show for that reason, because now I get to look at the periphery.
Yeah.
There's so much we could cover. Philadelphia experiments, another one when we tried to disappear a ship, like a whole ass ship. We had this idea that we could just make it disappear. And you know, that one's one that was brought
Like
up to me
Tesla
recently.
style stuff, like the Prestige. I just watched
yeah.
the Prestige, and that's what it reminds me when they make
Philadelphia experiment. That's one for everybody to take a look at.
All right. Is
Super
that where
interesting
Tom Hanks gets AIDS? Was that the one?
By the way, I love that movie.
So do I. It's the sequel to Forrest Gump. It is. A lot of people know that. That's a huge conspiracy. You can look it up. Jenny gave him AIDS, and then he ends up fucking dying, and Denzel's a lawyer.
I've
But
never put that together.
Well, you have
in
now.
my life.
I mean, they're in reverse chronological order release-wise, right?
they had to.
But that's fine
To
because
throw 'em
that
off.
makes
They had to.
that makes Forrest Gump a prequel technically.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what it
fine
was.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he gave that baby AIDS too.
It
and
sure
what about
did.
that beautiful Antonio Banderas?
Oh,
Remember, he
God.
was the boyfriend.
in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
That's right. That's right. To be fair, though, that guy's worth getting AIDS over. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Good looking dude. Because there's people out there, you look at them, you're like, I'd get AIDS
Okay.
for that person.
Okay,
If it was
well,
Sidney Sweeney, people be lined up to get AIDS, dude, right now down the street.
And
You
they
know?
got all those beta blockers, and ask Magic Johnson. He's got his whole
If
fitness
you're rich
supplement
enough,
thing.
yeah.
He'll be all right.
Magic Johnson actually
You
had
gotta
to
supplement
lose
my-
weight on AIDS. Like he was so rich he had to lose fucking weight.
Only
dude.
poor
Like,
people
shit.
die of AIDS now.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
And I
If
don't
you're
let
rich, you're good.
I don't let poor people look me in the eyes.
It sure doesn't.
Wait, can I,
Sure
give you
doesn't.
can I give you an episode idea?
Sure.
If you like World War II shit or whatever.
Wait for which show?
For Spread Eagle Jack or
No military mysteries. Go
Military
ahead.
Mysteries? Okay.
Don't
Mysteries.
interrupt.
Yeah. So, have you guys heard of Ramri Island?
No.
So in
like Ramrod. Carl
in
Ramrod.
World War II, the British surrounded a bunch of Japanese. The only place to escape was into a swamp. Allegedly, almost all of them were eaten by crocodiles. Giant 8-foot saltwater crocodiles. The British surrounded the swamp. They could hear essentially all night long. They would just hear like a gunshot and then and then just into the water over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, now I don't speak Japanese. What do you think they were saying?
Stop.
Please.
Please don't.
Believe all Japanese
Mate.
people.
Yeah,
it's
you
mate.
got to.
Stop means mate.
Is that what it means over there?
Yeah. When you do judo, mate, that means stop.
No shit. Man.
Leave the Jews out of it.
Yeah.
I said judo.
Oh, I thought you were talking about their bread.
I stand,
judo.
I stand with Israel. I'm done, guys. Oh
What?
my God, Ronnie,
Free Palestine.
Ronnie.
Free Palestine. I
We
don't
haven't even
understand.
started yet.
Hey man, this was your
I know
idea.
it was
all
my
right? You
idea.
called me. Okay.
Yes, Jews have dough and they make bread. I don't understand.
Unleavened. Actually, they're eating it right now because it's Passover right now.
Sure
It
are.
is. It is.
And they're going to pass over this show.
Yeah. Well, no. It's the angel of death that's supposed to pass over, and I think he may make some
Some house calls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where were you at during 9/11?
Middle school?
Okay.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks kind of.
Secret-
Figured it all out.
He looks
Secrets
something. It looks like there's something around the eyes, too. That
Yeah,
you've
they had
done
to
9/11.
they had to put a booster seat in the
in the
cockpit.
cockpit, yeah.
You sure did.
Oh my gosh.
Hike right up there. Hike
Yeah,
right up there,
brother.
little Johnny.
No, I'll never forget it. I was in gym class.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I was sitting in gym class, and I got home, and they sent us home early. Right after the first tower fell, I remember seeing the second one fall.
Like you were already home by then?
Yeah.
I remember running out of the second tower when the first one was falling because I'm kidding. No, that was that guy from the league.
Yeah.
Who lied about being in 9/11.
What's his name?
Ranazizi or
Steve Ranazizi.
Yeah,
Who
that's
is
it.
this guy?
He like a lot of people had
Comedian.
stories about 9/11.
Everybody wanted to be in it for some reason.
like, all right,
It was
man.
super strange.
Like you don't
man.
get credit for. I don't think any differently of somebody who was there versus somebody who wasn't.
Would you guys ever cover it, 9/11? Because right now,
I would love to,
after
honestly.
Rogan, Tucker Carlson was on Rogan last week, and they had brought it up.
And what did they say?
About it potentially being a detonation, Tucker did.
Was this the Tower 7 thing? Did
Yes.
they tie into
Yep.
that? I haven't watched this yet. So
Is that something you guys would cover? Would you ever cover conspiracies like that?
Well,
or?
conspiracies for sure, as long as we have the factual data and some legitimate professionals that are credible.
that can, yeah, and that
There
can
is
speak to,
no-
to the context.
There's no factual data
Well, there
for
you
this
go.
particular argument.
There you go. Well, I don't know. And remember, History Channel is located in New York City. And that's another reason I think they're so patriotic. It's interesting. New Yorkers, aside from the liberal bias of the very wealthy there, the regular folks, they love and respect patriots and men and women in uniform. They really treat me good out there. Really wonderful.
And they love their city. A
do.
lot of them don't want to move or leave, and they're pissed off at what's going on. They just don't vote like it, which is always strange to me. Where are you from originally?
I'm Virginia boy. Yeah, Blue Ridge, Western Virginia,
In the
not
mountains?
West Virginia.
In the hollers?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, sort of. In the foothills outside of the hollers, but yeah. Near Fredericksburg, just about 30, 40 minutes west of Fredericksburg is where I grew up. It's
Rape
where-
country.
Well,
They don't advertise it like that anymore because
they
now
don't.
it's illegal.
Oh, fuck. That's
Yeah.
right, dude.
Did
Damn
you?
it.
Somebody tagged me in a human like a straight up human trafficking ad from like the 1960s,
Really?
and they were selling Asian women. Just selling. It was like if she runs away, I swear to God.
In America?
No. Yeah, in America, yeah, but not American people. It said part of the advertisement was, if she runs away within the first year, we'll give you a new one for free.
Shut the
I swear to
fuck
God.
up.
no shit.
Yeah.
Is it on your Twitter right
No,
now?
I don't think I
Is
reposted.
it on
I
your
don't think
Twitter?
because I would have reposted it. I don't think. I think
Source.
somebody sent it to me directly. That's how I saw it. So I didn't repost it or anything. But it's really funny.
We go on Twitter a lot and just fuck with people. I got blocked by Steve Martin yesterday within like 60 seconds. Comedy hero.
All I do on Twitter is call politicians cunts all the time.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Oh my gosh, so cunt. So my British bros, I mean, everybody says cunt over there, the men and the women, and they often mean it nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a beautiful cunt.
Yeah.
You're a funny cunt. I was at dinner with Jade and her manager, a bunch of cool families, all couples, and we're at this juke joint in Dallas, and somehow the boys come up, Billy and Foxy, and I say, something about cunt this or and oh my God dang, all the women went, what? And I'm like, no, but they mean it nice.
Yeah.
They said, what? I said, yeah, they mean it nice.
Yeah, Ross gets the same reaction when he's talking about black people.
Yeah. When I say the same thing, I mean it nice. I mean it nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Rudy, we're not racist.
What does a brother say? One of my homies says, I think that was Billy Billingham says, yeah, I'm freaking black from the waist down.
We had a black guy on the show yesterday. We have to have one on a month to throw everybody
Oh,
off
boy.
the trail.
Oh, boy.
He was fucking late, too.
Oh,
Every black guest is always late. He was late by 48 minutes
I bet you
yesterday.
Remy wasn't late.
No, he's never been late to anything in his fucking life.
And he's Nigerian.
He's the best.
He's Nigerian, dog. Hard, fucking amazing.
And that's why you need to, Remy needs to be, the hero.
He should be the head black guy.
Yes.
He's in
HNIC,
charge.
they call it.
He's
yeah.
in charge of all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Be
And
like
that's-
for real. Be like Remy. That goes for anybody of any race, though. If you gotta-
Yeah, be like Remy.
like Remy.
Be like Remy at the end of
I
the
got
day.
I got a great new dark green, as we say in the military, dark green seal. Black Frog. His name's Q, Jovan Quarles. Navy for 10 years as a submarine tech. Then went to Buds. 10 years in, the very first black honor graduate of Buds. And he's my new instructor with me, and he's doing great too.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think that is? Do black people just don't want to be Navy SEALs? Because I, in all sincerity,
many people don't. Many people don't.
that's what I'm
want
saying.
to.
In all sincerity, when you look at things that are cool or jobs and people to look up to, that's not one of them, I would imagine, for the black community.
Yeah, I think you're right. A person has to be attracted to the romance, not the paycheck. A person needs to be attracted to the romance and the drama of a thing, not the paycheck. And you can understand why most people are attracted to the paycheck.
Yeah.
So, the people that go into the military and then find themselves later into the special operations community, they're attracted to the drama and the romance of it, the story of it. There's no job security in it, obviously. And it's not like those skills directly transition into another job or some profession in the workplace here in America, or you know what I'm saying. So you're really joining to be into some kind of story of heroics, of sacrifice. By the way, I'm so thankful I did it. I wouldn't be who I am without it. Very thankful I did it.
Yeah. What do you tell somebody today, though, that wants to do it?
I say go for it, because there's so few of men that want to be more and stand for more than themselves. However, I'm letting everybody out there know, when you step into a mega narrative that involves character, grit, in which merit is the only way forward, you won't see it at first. And God bless you that you survive and thrive in combat. But years later, when you're here back home, you're going to hit a tipping point, and you'll find yourself as leaders in whatever business or whatever passion you want. So go for it. We need more of you. So go for it.
And what about you?
No, it gave me everything. Yeah, I grew up in a trailer park in rural Virginia. If I wasn't in the military, then I would probably have nothing that I have right now. Not only did it give me a clearance, obviously, but it also gave me life skills that, really progressed my civilian career. I think it's cool to hate on the U.S. and the U.S. military right now. I think that's something that's popular and it's going around, but there's still no military fighting force on the planet that can match the United States, right? Regardless of that one, viral photo that you saw that you think is somehow representative of a systemic problem, there are, men and women that are absolutely honing their knives right now across the planet, and there just isn't any better military than the United States. And I don't know that at the current pace, especially with us, spending as much as we do, that there will ever be one. Again, too many opportunities that I have been given. I've taken advantage of those because of the lessons that I learned in the U.S. military. It gave me everything.
Yeah, and a little guy like you'd be somebody's step stool.
Well, you have to take all you can get, and otherwise, I would just end up being, shining somebody's shoes because I'm right there already.
Yeah, you're that tiny, and it's like, hey, I got something to reach on the top shelf. Let me hop up on your shoulder.
Well, don't forget the tunnel rats in Vietnam. I mean, Ronnie's got all kinds of stuff he can do because he's gung-ho and he's motivated. You're going to be a success, and you are a success at anything and everything you do, baby.
He just said you were going to be a tunnel rat. And I like
how
that.
rad is that? Yeah, fuck
Those
yeah.
are badasses.
What were the tunnel? I don't know the story. What's the tunnel?
So you've seen Peaky Blinders, right?
You've seen Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I've gotten gumped up quite a few times. Was he...
You remember they give him a moonbeam.
Yeah.
The old style flashlights
Elbow
and a 45.
They sent him down in a tunnel and said, go find something.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I don't think we can show this, right?
No.
Yeah. Gump is too big, dude.
Gump's too big, really?
The movie.
I gotcha.
I could watch this all day.
I just saw Gary Sinise on Sunday.
Yeah,
did you really?
Mm-hmm.
They'd give him a handgun. They'd send him down into these tunnels where, the Viet Cong were and say, hey,
Clear it out.
Either kill something
Clear
or
it
come
out.
back and let us know there's something in there.
No shit.
For real. Another great scene in Platoon. You see Willem Dafoe go down there with his freaking 45 and his moonbeam, and he's scrawny and scrappy and hard, and he goes down there and whoops it on. Yeah, heavy. Army and Marine Corps.
They don't call it the greatest generation for nothing.
Yeah. Yes. Well, since you guys are actors, favorite war movie? Dan and I did the list maybe 6 or 7 months back. We went through the top 25 that Variety had. For you guys personally, what's your favorite war movie?
I grew up with, I'm going to answer seriously, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, that's the war movie for me.
Man, that's a good one, dude. The first 20 fucking minutes of that are the most intense shit of all time.
I remember my grandma saying to me, we were sitting down watching, she was like, oh my God, why are we watching? He's like bleeding out from his stomach, and I'm just glued to the screen, watching that. The grit. There's like a story that people tell all the time that World War II veterans went to see that in the theaters, and they had to like walk out when it was initially aired because they had gotten that beach landing done so well that
So intense,
So
man.
authentic.
Yeah. What about you, Rudy?
There's a few. I just saw a film, and I thought it would be, and it's positioned as this red blue state freaking
Civil War?
implosion. Yes, I saw it.
Oh shit! How is it, dude?
Well, I was given privy to go watch it and do a review.
Okay.
Way better than I could have ever imagined. And the last 15 minutes of combat may be the best ever done on par with Saving Private Ryan, except with modern kit and modern TTPs, tanks running down the freaking Lincoln Memorial.
Dude, so
freaking heavy.
it's playing up here, and
It's
I
worth your
want to
time.
see. Well, here's the thing.
It's worth
I
your
got 3
time.
kids, and so I usually, if I'm going to the movies, I'll take one of the kids.
How old?
Well, I can't take them to this.
No, it's too heavy.
Not
too
at all.
heavy.
But what I was curious about that I couldn't figure out was why it had bumped Dune 2 out of the IMAX theater, and you're saying it's because the war scenes were pretty
think
fucking
so,
dope.
yeah.
I was
Gotcha.
told to watch it on IMAX.
So, yeah, somebody else told me
I
that
have
too.
one
Yeah.
friend that has seen it so far that and she said specifically, watch it on IMAX.
Okay.
It's really good if you don't think about it too much, because we all that know geopolitics and resources and assets, I'm saying, okay, how is the military and their admin and logistics working, except not with the Pentagon? I don't know.
Well, no, they do. They do. They work with the Pentagon. The Pentagon allows. We've actually done this at Black Rifle to do commercials for SOF before.
So they can give you a detachment.
They'll allow you. Yeah, they'll assign somebody to you, and they'll let you use all their fucking equipment and shit to a certain degree.
What I
right?
mean is, in the film for the war, well, after a little bit, without command and control and small unit leadership all the way up and down, a military without an overarching command structure and commander's intent is not going to, well, you know what they're going to start doing? They're going to start raping women. They're going to start drinking and doing drugs. How are the birds getting loaded up with munitions? No, I'm telling you what, the military is not going to work at that scale with Raptors flying and rotary wing if there's not. Anyway, don't think about the movie too much. And that was the only thing I had to a bone to pick. But wow, it's worth it. But my favorite war movie, first my favorite war movie is Heat. My favorite war movie is Heat, because it's the ultimate fucking war movie. It's the freaking best of the best on this side of the coin, best of the best on that side of the coin. Fury needs to be brought up
Fury
as
is
well.
so good.
A lot of people love Fury.
I love
Fury
Fury.
needs to
Yeah.
be brought up, and of course, Saving Private Ryan, and of course, Platoon.
Black Hawk Down.
I think Fury.
Oh, Black Hawk, maybe the prettiest war movie ever made. Black
I
Hawk
think
Down.
Fury's totally underrated because
Me too.
One thing that's really interesting to me about all these war movies is that they pretty much always follow essentially like an infantry unit.
Yes.
Right? But all war basically from World War I on is super mechanized.
Yes.
And that's why I love Fury, because
God,
Fury
so
is just machines killing like little meat people with giant
Just
machines.
bags of bone and blood.
Yeah. Like that is a much better representation to me, I think, of
Yeah.
World War II than even even though Saving Private Ryan was brilliant.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite movies, but like the machinery. Like the
I
machinery
agree.
gets
Didn't
overlooked.
the German World War I movie?
Oh, yeah.
All Quiet on the
That was
Western
great
Front.
as well.
That was
Dude,
fantastic.
I know. I'm assuming I haven't actually seen it. I'm assuming that
seen
it followed an infantry unit, but it's more about trench warfare, right?
Yeah.
It gnarly. I should say back to Michael Mann's Heat, which, by the way, he's in pre-production on Heat 2, and I'm trying to get on that picture. It's more of a special operations film is what it is. But what I love is its strategy, its intensity, and checking and testing and rehearsals, all the real things that make units successful under combat stress and overtime. That's what I love.
Wasn't the gunfight there in Heat considered to be like the best depiction of
The breakout.
So
of
the
a
guy-
moving
The
gunfight?
sound.
The
The
guy-
sound of it was
Yeah.
what got me.
The dude
yeah.
who's
Do you know how he did it? You know how he did the sound? First of all, you know how he did that whole thing? He built to spec in plywood, Michael Mann, that downtown, and had his actors run with blank fire weapons and fight. And continue to rehearse how they're going to break out, how they're going to engage and move to
Actually
target.
had to reload. And
Yes.
stuff,
No
you know.
shit.
He did. He to spec plywood. Then on the day when he was there downtown in L.A., he had the whole downtown mic'd up with micro mics everywhere, and picking up the authentic blank firing,
Bouncing off the building.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and the
Michael Mann.
guy who invented Steadicam did the camera operating for
It's
that.
Michael Mann. It's
No
he's the
shit.
best
Well, the
American
guy,
filmmaker.
the guy that was working for him
The
that did the
DP?
Steadicam,
Yeah.
and I think he's one of the showrunners on SEAL Team now. That guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like but he did Steadicam for everything. Just go look up Heat and look for the Steadicam operator and click on his IMDb profile, and it's the same dude.
Awesome.
That's done all of it.
Awesome. You'll recognize too when Neil McCauley and Chris Hurley, it's Val Kilmer and De Niro, and they're chopping their way through the close quarter or the near side ambush, the police, and Wes Studi gets a shot on Chris Hurley on Kilmer, and he goes down. There's a shot of De Niro coming up and doing a magazine change and grabbing him, and it's HD. It's some of the very first HD ever done I think it is the first HD done in cinema, because it had only been used in sports before that. This is 94. That gritty, that really, really hyper real, that when he grabs freaking Kilmer up and he's shaking and he's holding him.
Well, so again, there was like this. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not a Marine, but there's this rumor that the gunfight in Heat was used to teach a moving, what a moving gunfight looks like.
When I was
to
in
Marines.
SOI.
Really?
When I was in School of Infantry in 1998, 99, that's what we were used as a training film, what fire and maneuver should be. Communication, magazine changes, and continuing to push, move.
The bounding.
Yes.
yeah.
The movie Heat?
Heat.
No
The
shit.
gunfight there is
Textbook.
like, yeah.
Textbook.
There's not a whole lot of long, modern-ish gunfights on film or television.
Back then,
Like they're
especially.
Yeah.
it's not only
Well, it's expensive.
Not only are they rare, generally speaking,
is.
but they're also extremely short, like
Yes.
90
Yeah.
seconds,
Yes.
right? Whereas people credit, I think the Omaha Beach scene in Saving Private Ryan. Something like that for the like the GWAT era, it doesn't exist. It's still to this day doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
Exactly.
Now, I guess Black Hawk Down came the closest for modern warfare, because the whole movie's kind of a continuous gunfight
It
to some
is.
degree.
24
But
hours.
there's lulls and blah blah blah, right? I mean, I'm talking about like a serious shoot and maneuver gunfight with two large forces. Just hasn't been done because it would cost
It's so
$100
much
million.
money.
It would cost $100 million
So much
just
money,
for that part
yeah.
of the film.
And
to be honest,
what I understand is that Heat's budget was not that big. It's that Michael Mann is such an excellent writer, producer, director, and his actors are the freaking highest level too. And his tech advisor / bodyguard / everything, SAS cat. Shout out to my buddy Billy Billingham, his buddy from the SAS. He also did Collateral. Taught Tom Cruise how to do all his work in Collateral.
can you imagine Tom Hanks in Collateral?
Different movie.
He could do it.
Different movie.
He could do it, but yes, same guy, really amazing. So he's got solid cats, and he's my favorite American filmmaker. I'm very excited to the series Heat 2 that he's working on now.
Yeah, so we chatted about it on Ross Patterson Revolution the other day. Bob, who's the cast already? Is it Austin Butler?
Yes, sir. As Val Kilmer.
No shit. That's
Of
who
course,
he's
look
playing?
look at his face.
Okay. Who else is in that? Pull up the IMDb on
I
that.
wonder
It
who's going to
is,
play De Niro.
Just Austin Butler and Adam Driver are listed.
Oh,
So far.
Adam Driver, that's
is
right.
Driver playing De Niro, or
He's
is he playing Pacino?
Young Neil McCauley.
Oh, he's playing De
He's
Niro.
playing De Niro, yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Shit.
I love that Adam Driver. I got to admit, I love his acting.
Yeah.
I love his acting.
Yeah, so you're trying to get in on that right now?
I'd love to. It'd be an honor. I want to work with Michael Mann's about 80 years old now, and I want to get in there and work with my hero in this world of production and storytelling. I want to work with him.
Well, it's wild as everybody gets older here. All the best directors are getting older,
Yes.
and everybody's kind of working on their final projects. Ridley Scott's one of them.
Oh,
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, when's
one
Gladiator
of
2 supposed to be out?
Oh,
Thanksgiving
I
or
believe, yeah.
Christmas, I believe.
I-
Check the release date on it.
I'll check it. I am also seeing Anna de Armas and Al Pacino in Heat 2.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, wow.
So
Pacino, too, huh?
It's a sequel and a prequel, according
Yes.
to Man.
No shit.
I read the
Oh, so
I
you're
read
gonna
the
have,
book.
you
It's
know,
like
a-
Godfather 2.
Okay.
Yes, read the
That's what
book,
it sounds
too.
like. It's a sequel and prequel at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So with that, I think Pacino's got to be 84.
84,
I mean,
yeah.
that could be his last role. But all these guys are trying to make one more. Even Eastwood.
Wow,
He's
is
making
still
a
in it?
movie now.
He looks like Jimmy Carter right now.
Oh, dude. He's
Hold
making
a picture of Clint Eastwood from recently because
He's-
he's 93.
It was
What a
very
kid.
old.
I saw a
it's
video.
rough.
He's directing a movie right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta love him. You gotta love
Yeah.
him. He's still doing it. He's freaking.
There he is.
He's not going quietly into the night.
Well,
man.
if he stops, he's going to die.
Clint
So-
Eastwood or Joe Biden, you pick.
right there.
Basically the same guy at this point.
Look at that, dude. Isn't that nuts?
I admire.
Well, there
him.
was a video that somebody was just sharing around on Twitter.
Mm.
He was just at an event or something, and everybody was
Jimmy
saying
Carter?
that can't. That, no.
It was his wife's funeral.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah, it was the event he was at. Yeah.
I think if I'm Jimmy Carter,
Rosalind.
I start going to other people's funerals.
Yep.
But like,
And then just flexing on him. Doing selfies with a casket.
Oh, I'm
and
done.
being
he
like,
just got
"Oh,
a
done.
he's just got a shirt on that says still alive.
Yeah, still alive, bitch.
LOL.
Smell my
bottom.
peanuts, you know?
Oh my.
Big peanut
goodness.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a big peanut.
maybe-
Nobody believed that was actually Eastwood in that video. Though the comment section was everybody
Yeah.
saying no way, no way, no way, but it's him.
What's
you know?
his last movie? He's directing it now. Look up Eastwood's last movie. There's a ton of famous people in
It's
it.
called Spread Eagle Jack.
Oh, God, could you imagine, dude?
We got Eastwood.
Eastwood,
I would
Reyes,
even take Scott Eastwood to direct.
Eastwood and Reyes. dude.
Yeah, I'm contractually obligated to neither confirm or deny.
yeah.
It is
On that one,
called
contractually obligated.
Juror number 2.
Juror number 2
Oh, okay.
with Leslie Bibb, Zoe Deutsch, J.K. Simmons, Nicholas Holt, Tony Collette, Kiefer Sutherland.
It's a good cast.
It's a bunch of people, yeah.
It's a banger. I remember reading about it, and I was like, oh, shit.
Awesome.
And it's about the Trump jury up in Manhattan. So they're kind of waiting for that to shake out.
I don't think that's right.
It's not true?
No.
Okay. Didn't know. Thought I'd ask, obviously. Juror number 2. he
Holy
just comes
smokes,
out.
look at that skeleton. That could be the freaking giant of Afghanistan.
Yeah, well,
of
it is.
Kandahar. Look
It's
at
got
it.
a got a fucking knife
Solve the
or
mystery.
blade
There it
stuff
is
through
right
it there.
Yeah, take it back with you guys. Take it over to History Channel, dude. And just let them know you found it.
Yep.
I got
We
season
solved it.
2, motherfucker. I found that giant.
Can't cover it now. No.
I found that giant who was raping small soldiers over there.
Part of the story of that, by the way, was that when they saw the little cave or enclosure it came out of, there was crushed up military equipment in front of it,
Yeah.
Yep.
which, like, presumably that he had done this before. He had murdered or raped other soldiers.
Holy
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of lore behind this.
Yeah.
Like it's something that quite a few people follow.
It's probably just a really tall dude raping people in the mountains, to be honest. And they don't want it to just be that. It's got to be something supernatural. Otherwise, your rectal integrity is in question.
Yeah.
And it's going
You
to
know
give
what I
you
mean?
something to look up to, which is nice.
you
I
guys
have to look
got-
up to everything.
Yeah, you
I
sure
think
do.
at 13
brother.
feet, everybody's looking up to that guy.
Well, not
you.
me. Not me.
Yeah, look at Ron.
Kissing
Not
6'4".
me.
Yeah, probably eye to eye with that motherfucker. No big deal. Another day at the JOB for this guy.
Yes.
You would be
sir.
eye to hog with that guy.
Well,
Fuck your face until you died.
I sure wouldn't, dude. I've got a strong jaw.
By the way, how often do you think an Afghani giant in the mountains is washing his dick?
Never.
Exactly,
Oh, God.
right.
I bet you that
Not
thing,
once in his life.
bet you that thing smells like an Indian outhouse.
Yeah.
You know?
You remember the scene in Slumdog Millionaire when he has to go into the freaking toilet?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's probably the worst smelling toilet. Indian shits.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Maddie was just talking about that. He
That
loves
much
the
curry?
Indian food, but it burns.
It sure does. Burns on the way out.
There's no
dude.
meat.
No.
Not enough.
It's
not
just
enough meat.
soup and hot peppers, dude,
Yeah.
just spraying out of your ass.
Yeah, it's like,
Kills
hey,
the
we're going to have
parasites.
diarrhea. We may as well make food that looks like it.
Yeah,
Why
it
confuse
exactly
God?
Kills the parasites.
right?
You're not going to
Yep.
have worms. You're not going to have any issues like that.
Soup it up, dude. Soup it up. God, look at him twisting his mustache over there in the corner thinking about it, dude.
Oh, boy.
He's getting something on the way home tonight. What, you getting that curry soup on the way home tonight?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
diping
yeah,
up, brother?
yeah.
Diping up, souping up? I like it.
I actually might get some Indian food tonight now. You got me thinking about it.
Yeah, do it.
I like Indian food.
Do
I
it.
do too. The tandoori, freaking love it. I love the
tandoori
freaking.
too.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I love tiki masala.
Yeah.
God
The
dang
food's
it.
great. Not so much the people.
No.
I love the people.
Or
They're
the
in my
shits.
neighborhood.
Are they?
I live in Little Elm, Texas, outside of Frisco. All Indian people, not a single bit of freaking garbage anywhere. Now, what is funny, I guess all those little Indian kids are always studying because everybody's a doctor, a surgeon, or a freaking tech genius. The kids don't come outside. I have this beautiful park with this great basketball court and monkey bars and all this stuff. And we only see a couple white kids, a black kid, but no Indians. Even though the whole place is Indian. Nope, they're cracking them books, brother.
Are you in a residential neighborhood?
I am.
You are?
Residential, yeah.
Where do they plug in their magic carpets?
Oh.
I'm kidding.
It's Tesla walls.
What were you going to say, Bob?
They're the only place where they all go is the tennis courts. They all
They
teach
play
their kids
tennis?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're trying to lure in
Okay.
these Indian children, Rudy, just build a tennis court.
I don't. I'm teaching martial arts for free at the park, so.
Just kicking the shit out of
I don't know.
12-year-olds. Rudy's just like brutalizing people in the fucking park. Like, oh, officer, I was teaching them. Like nobody
Look
signed
at
up
the
for a
lesson.
class.
Look
Nobody
at the
signed up
lesson
for a
he
class, Mr. Reyes.
Oh,
You just
boy.
showed up and started kicking the shit out of 12-year-olds.
I don't know if this is true, but isn't there like a recurrent problem of in India people pooping in the street or something?
It's everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit
that's,
everywhere.
I don't know about shitting in the street specifically, but definitely sewage in the street. Yeah.
Yes.
Any
Like it was
what
the
they
same,
do.
the same
So
as
it's like
Iraq,
San
right?
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the top of the hill.
That's literally people shitting in the street in San Francisco.
Yeah. It is,
So
yeah.
you can make the case that San Francisco is worse off than fucking Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think
Well,
that's
there's like
probably-
maps. The only reason I brought this was just raised to my attention
yeah,
the other
dude.
day. There's like maps where
It's
you
like a
can
little
go
blue dot on every
and
turd.
look and see where the local piece of feces is.
Bob, pull
around
up
you.
that San Francisco turd map.
Yeah,
kidding.
Because it's
No,
basically
you can
the
dump
entire
out.
city.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
can dump out
serious.
everywhere.
You used to
I've learned
fucking
so
cruise
much
around
here.
San Francisco a lot.
I've learned so much.
I just dumped out in front of the Full House, that house
Yep.
from Full House the other
Look.
day.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
look at that,
gosh.
That's just where fucking human shit. Look at all those little dots.
Duke maps.
Wow.
Duke maps is what they call it.
Duke maps.
Brought to you by Thick Dukes, which is a product I make.
Yeah, like the Tanner family, in Full House. You can go and shit in front of that house.
That's why Danny Tanner was so obsessed with keeping everything clean all the time.
Sure was. Everybody was dumping out in front of his house, too. Yeah.
Just fucking spraying diarrhea right on the side of his home.
And that's San Francisco.
Yeah, dysentery.
Oh, yeah, dude.
There's some, there's worms, there's dysentery, there's dengue fever. There's things that you should be concerned about with
Everything.
feces.
Yeah,
everywhere.
and that, I mean, look, that's probably why everybody's gay there.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. We'll look into that.
The cat
Okay.
show got a
For
bad
next
case
episode.
of dengue fever.
Go out and
Oh,
take
Come
a
on,
shit
man.
on Haight and Ashbury Street.
yes, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's what it is. Now's the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today.
John Walker Lynn.
Yeah. Is it Peter Dinklage for you? Who is it?
Oh,
was it,
wow.
little guy?
Well played, sir.
Who is it, little guy?
Nice.
What do we got? What do we got? You up first.
Brought to you by
go, Ronnie.
Somebody that inspired me. Do I have to answer this like seriously or? Is
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always serious.
It's
Well, it can be
it's a
goofy,
very
too.
serious
Whatever
show.
you want.
It's a very serious show.
Rudy Reyes.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Man,
It's
that
not
I
the
know.
first time Rudy's gotten it on the show.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
I'm
Dead
being
serious,
very
yeah.
serious about that. Like, I'm not trying to
Sure.
like, oh, look at my friend, that I have now, Rudy Reyes. I'm being
Thank you,
serious.
brother.
Like, I grew up watching him on Generation Kill. Getting a chance to work with him now is, kind of a dream.
That's awesome.
Well, a
man.
lot of people in our audience, I don't know if grew up is the right word, but definitely through their 20s and 30s watch a lot of shit on Funker as well. I know I've watched a lot of decapitation videos over there.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't watched any decapitations on Funker because that's
Yeah. Just
there
like
are boundaries.
The
to
better
what,
combat footage that was always unavailable was always over there.
getting a chance to be a part of the Funker team is. I remember.
And then when like YouTube, what was it, 2016, 17, where they started fucking with gun stuff, Funker was the only place you could go to find any of this shit for a while.
But then they ripped a bunch of shit from us
oh,
too.
they stole so much shit from you guys, yeah.
We had hundreds and hundreds of videos from the Syrian Civil War that were ripped, and that was one of the drivers behind what we do now, which is really our own app, our own website. Like that's where we spend our time on YouTube. Now we do our podcast up there.
Yeah.
I do a live show where I break down like all the shit that we have found, but it's all to direct you to where nobody's gonna steal it or nobody's gonna like keep you from being able to watch it. But I love the mission of Funker. I'm privileged to be a part of that as well. It's a small team. We're still five and a half dudes. I'm not the half.
Come on.
I'm not the half.
You knew I was going to ask. You know I was going to ask.
I mean, most of our guys have full 9-to-5s, right?
Yeah.
And what they do at Funker is really just because of the mission of trying to archive all this stuff so that it's available. If you wanted to know what trench warfare looks like, not necessarily in World War I, but right now,
Yeah.
I could point you to it.
Yep.
You know, if you want to look, you want to see what incendiary munitions look like, you know, 9M22S, that kind of stuff. We're archivers. That's what we do.
What about you, Rudy?
Man, it's. I'm sure many people have said this, but it is Sylvester Stallone. And I'll tell you why. You know, I was just watching.
Why would
anybody-
many
No one has ever said
people
that.
have
Really?
said Sylvester Stallone?
What? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. No one has ever said Sylvester Stallone on here?
Why would they?
You're kidding me.
Because he has
Sly.
is it because he has hot daughters?
No. What he did with Rocky Balboa and Rocky, that he wrote his screenplay, nobody took him seriously, so they offered him a lot of money to let Burt Reynolds take the role. And he said, no, I'll take...
That movie would have sucked, by the way.
I'll
Burt
take
Reynolds
no,
is Rocky, 6'3". Burt Reynolds
I'm
is
going to
Rocky.
take
Doesn't
no
make any
money
sense.
because I believe in this, and it was a very small movie. It won the Oscar, a couple of Oscars. He won an Oscar at 27 years old, and then what he created with First Blood, the Rambo character, but specifically First Blood. We thought it was so bad when we were little kids. Brother, don't you remember? We were like, I want the survival knife with the compass and the fishing hooks and you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make a poncho. And, you know, I love wearing ponchos because he was badass when killing the pig, everything. You know, if it wasn't for that king shit cop, he'd you First Blood, not me. He created this iconic anti-hero who from a war that everybody chose to forget. Little did we know that we would be in the same kind of thing later, because people, you know, a lot of people just moved on and chose to forget.
And then Home Alone
Afghanistan
ripped
and-
off his whole thing.
Yeah.
What?
Home Alone is just Rambo, but for a child in
Oh,
a
you're
house.
a
kidding.
child,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm done.
No,
anyway,
Macaulay
it's
Culkin is a young
Is it
Rambo.
not?
It is.
no way.
No, they didn't actually.
Perspective is a hell of a thing. I've
They didn't
never
actually
thought
rip
about
it off. I'm just saying that's the
They
same
did.
story.
So Macaulay Culkin, when he was 8 years old in that movie, they put him in a room and then they made him watch all the Rambos on repeat. And so he was full method. And when,
Get out.
when Joe Pesci came in and we were sitting with the paint cans and stuff like that, he would scream out phrases from Rambo and then they would cut. And
They'd have to come back and ADR the lines in.
You
Correct,
guys are
yeah.
done.
Is
No
this
way.
a self-portrait of
No
you that's up
way.
here?
Yeah, Bob, what's... by the way, that Macaulay Culkin
This
story
is
is not
this
true.
is from the
Is this a teaser?
no, it's from the softcore porn that Sly did
That's
before he was an
softcore?
actor.
I don't think.
Is that Stallone, Bob?
That's
Stallone.
soft core.
Wait.
That don't look soft.
You can
to
see
me.
balls,
On
you just
top?
can't see penetration.
Okay,
On top?
wowzers.
I hope so.
Yeah, the one with the balls, hopefully.
Wowzers. You know what? We've all have some skeletons in our closet, all right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if he considers that a skeleton. He had a decent looking hog.
He's got a great sack of balls.
I mean, there's at
It's
least
an
one
elongated
bone in something.
scrot, though. I've never seen a
boy.
scrotum before
it
like
was.
that.
It must have been very hot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
camera one is covering it, Bob, the phrase. Can you scoot that up? Is that a girl underneath those balls or no?
What's it matter?
Yeah,
I need to know that.
you can find this video on
Yeah, it
the
exists.
internet.
We're
It
here right
exists.
now. Is it a girl or a man? Who's he boning?
I believe it's a woman. Okay.
Sly, I still love you. I still respect you. You're still my
So do
hero,
I.
dog.
Is that his O face?
Show his O face.
Show his O face
right
to Rudy
there.
before
And
we get
he's
off the
banging
show.
Yeah.
a white girl and a black girl.
There
Good for
you go.
him.
Yeah.
Variety is the spice of life. I think. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Ooh.
Sly, I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, Rudy.
I didn't think it'd go
it's
that way.
all right, Rudy. It's all right. Now, if I write Spread Eagle Jack,
Oh, I'm in. I'm
You're gonna
in.
do
Yep,
it,
I'll
you're
take it
gonna
for
do
scale.
it.
Yeah,
I'll
so
do it
what
for
if we
scale.
get Sly to play
I
the
learned
old
something new today.
Spread Eagle Jack?
Yeah.
He's the guy that you're fucking
Hands off the
recreating all the
torch.
stuff.
Well, he doesn't
He
hand
hands
it
off the
off.
torch.
He dies on a mission. To jack off.
Yeah.
It was just too dangerous. It was too windy up on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
He was at Kilimanjaro.
Yes.
Wind
Yeah.
blows him off the mountain.
And then, like in season, what would we say, 25?
Yeah.
Somewhere around season 12, you find some of his semen that was there before, get it tested, and he turns out to be your
I
grandfather.
get some DNA evidence.
I learned
He's like your
something new
dad or your
today.
grandfather or
that'd be
something.
great.
I learned something
Like,
new
holy
today.
shit. It's like Bad Boys 4 or whatever.
Sure is.
Whichever one it just was, where he found out that little Mexican kid was his child or whatever.
Can I tell you, when I first got into entertainment, I did Generation Kill, and I did a couple of TV shows, and was very, very excited. And I started a project of Rambo 71. and I wanted to do John Rambo's last mission.
Dude, why has nobody ever done a prequel series for Rambo as an operator? Rambo as an operator.
Play my,
yeah,
exactly.
And then the other one, the other one I wanted to do is John Kreese from
Creasy Bear.
From Man on Fire.
That'd be so good.
Do you know how many HBO seasons you could do of him murdering people all over the world?
Exactly right.
That would be the source material exists.
You're right.
And have Denzel direct the whole thing.
That's a great
Why would
idea.
you not do that? I would watch. I don't care what the promotion was for. I would watch every one of those.
Every season of Creasy Bear.
Because I also think that the guy who wrote the original Man on Fire book, not the script, not the one from I think it was '83 with a white dude in it or whatever, but
John Glenn,
John Glenn.
John
Glenn was the astronaut.
What's his name?
Glenn
Henry something. What the fuck is his name?
The freaking hard ripped cat from
Steve
Urban
Buscemi.
Cowboy. No, Urban Cowboy.
Emmanuel Lewis.
No.
Forrest Whitaker.
No. What's his name?
Scott Glenn.
Scott Glenn.
Yeah, Scott
Glenn played Creasy Bear, but it wasn't nearly as good of a film.
No, not even close. But the point was, I think there's a book that was written about it, or was the original source material, and the guy who wrote the book did write about John Kreese's experience working for Ground Branch or whatever the fuck he was doing.
And this was back in the 80s. How cool would that?
I mean,
cool would it be?
A writer back then wouldn't have known enough to write a good one, to be honest. But now you could write the real story.
Yeah, we got Jack Carr and some cats like that could come in on the screenplay.
I mean, that would be fucking dope. And have
That'd be
great.
What's his nuts? Antoine fucking
Fuqua
direct everything.
Yeah.
And have fucking
You're exactly
Denzel
right.
produce
This would
it.
be very successful.
fucking awesome,
everybody that's ever come near a gun would watch the fuck out of that.
You see, you can't. The audience can't see this. His penis is so hard
It's-
right now.
Absolutely.
You're bricked up down there, brother.
But a Rambo one would be the same way.
It did move as
I would
soon
watch
as he mentioned that.
Yeah, that would be fucking dope.
I wanted to do Rambo
watched the shit out of
71, and I was young, I was 12, 13 years ago, and I could have played a younger John Rambo, and about where he fought the final freaking fight with the Hmong people fighting the freaking Cambodian VC, and ultimately we DD'd out of there. We moved out and left them to die. He goes back in to chop his way through and save some. Ultimately, he's the only one of his SOG team that lives, and now he internalizes. And later, you see, so I wrote this thing, and I'm too old to play him now, but I'd be happy to find a younger veteran that could do it, and I'd love to team up with Stallone on Rambo 71.
Well, he doesn't have much time left either.
Yeah,
He's in his 80s.
Yeah.
He's still making Tulsa King, though.
I love the guy.
Maybe. They're trying to cancel him off that right now.
No way, brother.
Wow.
He called a bunch of extras fat retards, and
Were they fat or retarded?
they were. And he goes,
there
he
we
goes,
go.
he got caught overheard talking to the director. One of the extras said had turned him in and just said, Stallone was back there with the director saying, "Man, what's with these extras? They're all fat. They're all retarded. Like, cast some beautiful people behind me." And so the extras casting director had to come out and say, I'm quitting the second season of Tulsa King and all this other shit.
Do you know how easy it is to find a casting director?
An extras casting director?
Dude.
It could be anyone.
Could be anybody in this
guy
room
with a
right now.
mustache.
Matt DeMeo, casting director.
That's it.
New job opportunity.
Here's your direction. Find people that aren't ugly and fat and retarded.
That's all he asked
The
for.
end.
That's
Easy.
right. Yeah.
I'm on her side. Sounds like she nailed Tulsa.
That's true, actually. Maybe if she's making an authenticity play, then fair enough.
Yeah, jury's still out, so we'll see. Either way, it was a pleasure having you guys.
Thank you,
Rudy,
bro.
always.
Thank you, bro.
Great to meet you. Tell everybody what time and day the TV show
Go ahead,
airs.
Ronnie.
Yeah, it's going to be Mondays at 10 o'clock Eastern, so 9 Central on the History Channel.
Awesome, man.
Holy shit. Fucking Scott Glenn was just on Tim Ferriss's show like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Or 3 weeks ago, yeah.
We should get him on here, dude.
He's 85 years old.
Still a stud. Scott's still a freaking stud. Recon Marine in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
we'll look into it.
That'd be dope.
Awesome.
That'd be dope for sure.
Awesome. Thank you guys for bringing us on. Like I
sure.
said, Ronnie and I are doing everything we can to promote this show and get it out there and put some asses in seats and get people involved with freaking rad dudes doing rad stories. and get people excited about America again. You know?
Absolutely.
You know.
Do you have that step stool so I can get down off of it?
Yeah, we'll get a ladder for you.
Just do a PLF.
A PLF.
Off there. It'll be fine.
Bob, call the fire department so we can get him off the chair.
Thank you.
Yeah, ask for one of the big ladders there for a taller building, obviously.
Ross, you're funny, brother. I know that I love you, but you have really got some comic timing, man. You really do.
Well, you hope after 4,000 episodes,
Yeah, I guess so.
you end up being decent at it. We'll
So
see.
many episodes.
We'll see. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away at that point. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Podcast. Good night, everyone.